now and staying, doing my shit, doing my podcast and.
Yeah, I get you.
Doing what I can do, just like you're still doing your music, right? Right through it.
The only thing now is like, you can't perform. You can't really like, I don't know, like do media stuff. You can't really, like everything's closed.
Exactly.
It sucks.
It's like no you can't do anything entertaining. Like,
at all. Like it's, I don't know.
Exactly, bro. That's how I feel too. It's like, that's the toughest part is, life feels like it's just paused right now.
For real.
It's a little bit of a... Yeah, but let's get this started. It's episode 69 of the 100 podcast. I brought in MCKG, or G, right? You like being called G or MCKG?
Well, MCKG for sure, yeah.
MCKG. Yeah, bro, I wanted to bring you in and talk about your music, because I actually listen to your music when I'm in the gym, talking about living in quarantine life, bro. I'm in the gym every day. So, I listen to your music. What got you started in rap or hip-hop and even producing? Like, what got you even started with your love of music?
Alright. So we'll go from the very beginning, I guess.
Go from the very beginning?
Yeah. So pretty much, I was like 13, skater, and I didn't even think of rap like something that I would like to do. Like, I always had a cousin who did it, but it wasn't something that I thought, I'm going to try it out.
Yeah.
It was pretty much, I was skating with my friends. These dudes were doing like a rap battle. And then they made fun of me, and I got in it. And then I kind of like tried it out. Like, I'm pretty good at talking shit. So I was just trying to make it rhyme. Yeah. And
you're just witty? You got some good...
Yeah, just trying hard. And obviously when you first try it, you suck ass. So, so after that, I got a little into it. And then I started rap battling. And then... Yeah, then it just spiraled into everything. Like, I got into making beats and all that stuff.
Do you still freestyle to this day?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, bro, I've never been able to freestyle. I've tried so many times. I'm the worst. I don't know. It seems so tough for me to have to put together that in your head, as you're like...
I think freestyle is, I would say, is considerably easy if you just know how to rhyme.
I got you. Yeah.
Because technically speaking, it doesn't need to make sense. It's just a freestyle. But if you're trying to make it make sense, like if you're talking shit to someone and you want it to be funny or something, that's hard. That's like, you really got to think about it before you say it.
Yeah. You're really trying to put together something witty or like...
Yeah, like to get the crowd to be like, oh,
Yeah. Some of what I used to love listening to was like, not Lil Wayne now, but Lil Wayne like 10 years ago probably, with some of his rhymes and some of his like metaphors and like similes, bro. They were like so off the wall, and if you didn't listen to it correctly, you wouldn't even catch it, and then you'd have to like listen to it
over you.
Yeah, or you listen to the song like 100 times, and then you're like,
and then years
you catch
later,
it. Yeah,
that was me, man. I'll go back to songs where like I'm like, damn, this is fire. I used to listen to this back in middle school, and then you hear it, present day, and you're like, fuck, I didn't even know what he was saying until now. Like, exactly. Like I get that a lot from Eminem.
Yeah.
Like I listen and I'm like, oh shit, that's what he meant. Like years later, bro.
What's so funny is when I was a kid, bro, my mom wouldn't let me listen to it like explicit, so I'd get the clean version. So I didn't even know half the songs, bro. I'm listening to like, I'm just listening to like the songs getting cut out and
so you got it like from Walmart.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Walmart censoring albums.
Yeah. The crazy days of when hip-hop was like the worst thing for you.
No.
I know, but remember when people tried to make it seem like it?
It's like if, I think it's just because like gangster rap was fairly new. I mean, probably not for me, because I was like consciously thinking when I was younger, probably like 2000s going up. Because I was born in 96, but, I wasn't introduced to that music until like 13 years old, so 13 years later,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Ooh, how old are you, man?
25.
25?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're not even that far.
Yeah,
24.
No. Yeah, exactly. I was born in 95, so I'm like I'm like riding along your lines, but we're kind of I feel like we're a weird generation. We're a weird generation because we're like, we live that generation where you're kind of like going outside, and then now where everything has moved to like straight tech.
Yeah.
Straight, like even like marketing or whatever, like even getting your music out, I feel like it's got to be different from when you were even when you started, when you started thinking about doing your music.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the older rappers are probably gonna hate that I'm gonna say this, but I think it's facts. And you tell me what you think. They say that it's easier now because it's more there's more access to things as a rapper today or an artist today than an artist back then. And I understand, but now anybody could be a rapper.
I think it's way harder nowadays.
Yeah,
because,
I think it's way harder.
Like for me, I don't even go and try to find new people because there's too many artists. It's like I don't even know where to start, bro. And I feel like there's way too many options. It's hard to even. I don't think there's any like people exploding. Yes, yeah.
It's oversaturated. Like especially now. Like I love the fact that anybody could put their music up, but like some people have yes men. So like when you hear their music, you can tell like okay, you just started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it really shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be putting it out yet.
Yeah, like
and not to be a hater, but you know, some it's just like you said, it's too saturated.
It's too saturated, and to the point of investment, I feel like you really gotta like, not be criticized, but you really gotta know where you are, bro. You know what I mean? Like show it to someone who does it, so that way they can tell you like, look, man, it ain't that hot. Like you have to hear that.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want to hear it, then you don't want to be in this industry, bro. That's just what it is. You
need honesty, man. Like you need somebody like, and I think that's the most important. Not having yes men, having people that are like, bro, this sucks, or bro, this is actually good, you know, or whatever, you know. But somebody that's honest with what it is.
I've had all of that growing up. Like that's why it took so long for me to even invest. Like I just started putting out my music for the first time, like fully invested in 2018.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were making sure like I'm doing this.
Oh yeah, I don't want
correctly,
bro.
I
don't want to drop music and then I'm excited about an album and then people are like, oh, like it's not even that good. Like you know what I mean? Like because I don't want. I would rather someone be honest than lie to my face. I don't like just tell me. You know what I mean? Like if I ask you and you say, oh, it's good, and then you tell like I don't know your brother it sucks or something. Like, come on, man, you're not helping me.
Yeah, be honest with me, bro. Like, let me know, because then if you do tell me it sucks, then I'm like, okay, I gotta really rethink this shit and kind of like, you know. Because
then it just makes you better. Like, oh man, like a small comparison. You seen Nate Robinson?
Oh, bro. Why are we going here? Yeah, I saw
just
it. Just
real quick.
I saw it,
Nate
bro.
Robinson.
I knew he was getting knocked. I knew he was gonna get fucked up the whole time, bro. It was not good.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking he's an athlete. He probably can't fight because that doesn't mean you can fight.
Yeah.
But I was thinking he's an athlete, so he could probably hold his own.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. But once I saw him, once he started, bro, I was like, he has yes man in his corner.
Yeah.
They told him, you're the shit, you're this, and you look at you, bro. Come on, man.
Jake Paul, man, no matter how much you want to hate Jake Paul, dude, he came in prepared, bro. And what people don't understand too is he's way bigger than Nate Robinson. Oh. So you have to expect him to win, you know, just power, strength. It's just it leans his way. But I was with you a little bit because Nate Robinson is quick. He's got speed, bro. So I was like, all right, maybe he is a little quick. You know, maybe he can move in and out. Get a couple punches in here and there, survive. He did not survive at all, dude.
I literally thought Nate would do better.
Okay, we're gonna go on this boxing match. Let's do this shit, bro. What did you watch the Mike Tyson versus? Yeah. So what did you think about that? Did you think that was kind of like a bullshit match, or did you think it was like? Do you think it was just an exhibition, like they were kind of saying, or do you think they were really trying to like beat each other up?
I feel like. Well, Jones Jr., he's obviously technical fighter. He's like stick and move kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So he doesn't really like... I wasn't expecting him to knock out Tyson, first of all. Like, I was just expecting Jones, because he was fighting longer than Tyson. Tyson hasn't fought for 15 years. He just stopped fighting, I think, in 2017 or something.
Yeah, it was only like 3 years ago or something like that.
So I thought that Tyson was just going to go in there and knock his shit out. Like, that's it. Because... he was talking, man. He was talking like before the fight. They told him, "So what's gonna happen?" And Tyson's like, "Well, I'm going in there with, like, swinging with bad intentions at all times." Yeah. So I was like, "Okay, he's gonna come out ruthless." But I feel like Tyson, he's changed as a person, obviously. So I feel like low key, he didn't want to hurt Roy, because he's not
the same Tyson.
Yeah, I don't think he's the same Tyson. I could tell like there was some punches that were missed, where I feel like you kind of held back a little.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was an exhibition. I still enjoyed it, but in no ways do I think it could have been better. Maybe if there was a knockout, because I still enjoyed it. I think it was good. They both didn't get hurt. I mean,
I think it was kind of almost the best ending, you know?
Yeah, like,
they both made it through.
Yeah.
Nobody got knocked the fuck out.
No one got really like badly damaged or whatever. But who do you think won?
Tyson?
Yeah.
Bro. It was kind of just, it was just too, because you could even see the difference in power. Like Tyson, every punch was like, ooh, you know, and Roy Jones, nobody was even worried that Mike Tyson was getting hurt, you know, and that was like, I don't know, bro. Like you said, I think Tyson is different, and I just think he obviously still a savage and can still beat the fuck out of people, but he just doesn't want to, you know?
I think that he's kind of, I don't know. I just felt like he kind of held back a little.
Yeah, and I think the main reason he did fight was to just get back into shape. Was to just see his body kind of like, if I can kind of like get back to me a little bit, you know.
And then his response at the end of the fight had me believe that he wasn't trying to hurt him, because he said a win to me is going the whole 8 rounds. He's like, that's a fight. So I was like, oh, okay, I get you. But to be honest, I feel like if Tyson would have just like went savage, like that dude would have been out. He would have been out. Roy, I love Roy, but I feel like Roy would have been out.
Yeah.
It would have been dumb, bro, and it would have been sad. It would have been just as sad as seeing Nate Robinson. Like, just
exactly. That's why I feel like it was the best ending we could have had.
Yeah.
But going back to your music, bro, you're speaking on the pandemic, and I think right just before we started the video, you're speaking on it, kind of messing up events. But what events did you do before the pandemic started? Because that's pretty fucking legit, bro. I think that's the next level of music, because that's, you're standing up in front of live crowds, like.
Yeah. So I've done throughout from 2018 to 2020. I've done pretty much every venue in the Valley except for the Date Shed and the nightclub. What's that? That Poppin' nightclub, the one with 2 stories. You ever been to the club?
Nah.
I
Are you talking about Soul? Or is that not? Or is that a different one?
Actually, I never performed at Soul either.
Okay. I don't even know, bro. I'm not even a big night.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one in Palm Springs. It's a big one, and I haven't performed there either. But those are the 2 spots I consider like out here. Like, if you perform there, you're opening up for like someone greater than you.
Yeah. So, like, I know Date Shed. I think they've had like J Boog and like some actual big
like
name.
I went to go see Corrupt, and I seen some homies like Thoughts Contain, Provoked open up for them.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So besides those big venues, I've pretty much performed everywhere in the Valley, from small shows in the backyard to, parking lot shows to wherever, bro.
I'm not performing.
Wherever.
How do you still remember your first time performing?
Oh yeah, choked.
Really?
Choked. Yeah.
It was
bad.
Just really.
I went home.
Really?
Yeah, I went home.
And
I fucked up on my second verse, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's okay, just keep going." And I was like, "Nah, I can't."
Damn, bro. That speaks to how much you love the music, though.
Yeah.
You did your first performance, probably what it must have been one of the, like, I just know, like, because I've had moments, not like that, obviously, where it's in front of like crowd like that, but I just know, like, embarrassing moments, like, or whatever, or something where you feel in the moment, like, oh my god, like, this is so bad, and then you come back from that, and then you just stay with it, bro. So what'd you do for the second event, or your next couple events that was differently from that first one, or was it you just had to get that one off your back and just have that moment?
Nah, I still choked like a bit more.
Oh really? Shout out, dude.
Now I'm not gonna sit here and talk like I'm fucking. No man, I was solid.
No, that's
that
good.
Next event, bro, bro. The next event, I was more nervous than the first time, because now in my head, I had like, you can't fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because then no one, you want to be legit. No one's gonna look at you legit. Stop fucking up type shit. So. Yeah, I think I choked maybe my first 6 or 7 shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, you're fucking with it. That's determination right there. That's what people need to hear, though, because if you love something, bro, you're not gonna be the best at it as soon as you start.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
not
I mean,
the way
like,
it
think about
works.
it. Like, I've been rapping since I was 13. The first time I actually got in front of a crowd. And these aren't, like, the local shows. Like, those were recent.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, like, when I was, like, 17, 18 almost. And these were shows, like, with homies and, like, their friends from other schools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would say my very first, like, official show was La Quinta High School. I performed in front of the whole school, 2 rallies. So that was like my legit. I was in front of a shitload of people.
That's a lot of people,
Yeah.
bro. And that's all you're. That's all you're like. If your peers, you're like, oh
Yeah, like
shit.
I was in front of a shitload of people, and I was like, I can't fuck this up.
That's crazy.
I can't. So I killed it. Well, I did it 4 times. So like, you know how like there's 2 rallies and then there's 2 more like the next day or something. I forgot. I forgot how they laid it out. But
Yeah, I
did
don't know.
4 pretty much.
I do remember the rallies, kind of, but
Yeah.
that's legit. You perform for? How did you just go in and ask like, "Hey, can I perform for?"
Well, they had a hip hop club, and it was kind of lame because I was trying to start one, but I didn't pull through with it because the way that they wanted it to be, they were like, oh, you can't like cuss, you can't like tell sexual jokes, like you can't basically.
It's
you can't
really
be
not
yourself.
hip hop at all.
You can't be yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't want to do it, and then I forgot his name, but one of the homies did it, and then basically he had like a rap battle in front of like the school at the cafeteria to where it was bracketed off, so like a competition, so whoever made it to like the top 5, then you got that rally spot.
Oh shit!
So I was number 5.
Really?
Yeah, I was the last one. Like I barely heard of it because, like I said, I was like the hip hop club, like that shit's lame. But then my friend ran from the lunchroom. He's like, "Yo, they're doing like this competition thing. Like you should try it out." And I just like to rap, so I said, "Fuck it."
Let's see what's up.
Yeah.
And you got 5th.
I got it, yeah, 5th place.
Damn, man.
So I was in the rally, and it was cool because they didn't just have rap. They had like breakdancing. They had like all that stuff.
Just all kinds of people just
Yeah.
doing different. What, to this day, what was your favorite event you've done?
Man, I think my favorite event I've done. That one tops, like if I had like top 5, that was top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Because we got so loud in the rally that the second rally, the security was like, hey, if you make everyone stand up and jump around again, we're cutting you off.
Oh, shit. You're like, bro, let's get it. The
Yeah,
teachers
dude.
are like, let's go.
Bro, like,
Let's get it,
you know
let's
how,
get it.
like, I don't know, did you go to Laguna High School?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So you know how like they have people in the middle, like in the basketball court? So, and like 2.
Yeah.
So I had everyone in the middle popping. Like we were vibing, bro.
That's legit,
You know what I mean?
bro.
We
I've
were
never seen a
vibing.
rap show at La Quinta. That's so hard.
Yeah, we were vibing, and it's on Facebook somewhere. But we were vibing, and the second performance, they told us that. Like they said, we were in the back, right?
Uh-huh.
They were like, "Hey, if you do that again, you're done. You can't do the other rallies." And I was like, "What?
You're like, oh,
you're
we can't have a
telling
good
me-
time,
yeah,
bro?
like,
Like,
we can't have fun? Like what the hell?"
oh my god.
But yeah, I mean that one's definitely top 5. I think my best one was at the Bart Lounge. My first time at the Bart Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that time, somebody couldn't make it, and usually you want to get a later spot, like in the night, because more people were there.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was like 9 p.m. and I was pretty upset because I knew no one was gonna be there.
Like, people don't even go outside after 10, bro.
Yeah, I
like,
was
what
like,
the
man,
fuck?
no one's pulling up. So I said, fuck it. I did like 2 songs and I was like, whatever. And then they hit me up, and I guess the promoter, I forgot his name, but the 7-6, he told me, hey man, someone pulled out if you want to take that spot. And it was like around 11. And I was like, oh, like I don't even know if he saw me perform or not because I already did.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, yeah. I was like,
That's
I haven't
like prime
performed yet.
time, too. Yeah.
I was like, I haven't performed yet, even though I did. And so I got that 11 to like 11:20, so like 20 minutes on stage. And that was probably the best performance I ever had. Because just like at high school, I had everybody jumping. But this time, I kind of like got into it and I was like happy about it. So I got off stage and I was jumping with everybody in the crowd.
Oh, so you're vibing,
yeah, I was
bro.
vibing, bro. I was there, man. I was so pissed because like my homies couldn't come through. I was alone that whole night, and I wish that like family could have came or friends, so that way they could have saw that, so they could understand like, yo, like I can actually do this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was cool. It's still like on Instagram somewhere because everybody was videoing. But yeah, I would say that's my best one right there.
Yeah, it seems pretty exciting, man. I would never be able to stand in front of a crowd like that. That shit scares the shit out of me. That seems so crazy, bro. That's like some man shit right there, man.
It was dope as fuck, man.
Yeah, and that's what it is, though, is like, if you're willing to, like, take those losses like you did the first couple times, like, bro, like, I listen to Joe Rogan all the time, Joe Rogan Experience podcast. And he always talks about, man, when you get the crowd, like the whole crowd laughing, like in a stand-up show or whatever, or like that, you know, music, you get everybody popping, bro, like, it's an experience that you can't even explain. It's like you just feel like you're on top of the world, dude. Like you're just loving life in that moment.
It's kind of like sports, except you're
scoring
not
like the game-winning touchdown or something like that, bro. Yeah.
But you know, you're with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So there's like a difference, and I feel like even with like hip hop, it's rough. You know what I mean? Like you could still get booed off. Like people, like, yo, you're trash. You know?
Yeah, man.
I've seen dudes like that would say like, you know, I've been rapping for years, and then they go up there and they're like, they're like really nervous, and I'm like, dude, just have fun. Like that's it. There's no.
That's what it is too. Is the crowd can feel that, you know? They can feel if you're nervous, or they can just feel if you're just I'm having a good time. Yeah. Even if you don't fuck with it, I'm having a good time, and people still might fuck with it.
Exactly.
Even if you're jumping around and you're having a good time, and they're not really feeling the music.
Yeah.
Your music's available everywhere, right?
Yeah, everywhere.
Apple Music, all that shit. What made you decide to like put it out like on every? Like I don't even know how that works. Like how does it even work? Putting it on Apple Music is it?
So basically, you just like I guess you partner up with a DSP, whether that be TuneCore, DistroKid. Like I don't know how you distribute your. Podcast?
I did it through actually Anchor. You know Anchor?
Nah, I've never.
Okay, Anchor. It's just like a podcast. Like you sign up with them, and then they kind of distribute your podcast to all the different.
Oh. Okay.
They get your RSS feed or whatever, and they distribute it for you. So it's everywhere. Apple Podcast, Spotify, all that. But I did Anchor just because it was free for me to do it. Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, dude.
I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. Like, I'm with DistroKid. I was originally with TuneCore, but they're pretty expensive per song and like per album.
And that's how you distribute. Like that's like almost like your like
pretty much
your hosting site or whatever like holds your music.
Yeah, so like DistroKid was fairly new around 2018, and actually the show that I was talking about, that's the reason why I figured I'm ready.
Got you.
Because after that show, I felt pretty stupid when people were like, "Hey man, where can I find this song?" And you can't find the song except for like YouTube. But they're like, yo, they're on their Spotify, like, where you at? And I'm just like, shit, like, I
need to release this shit.
Yeah, I don't got it on anywhere. So, yeah, that was the show that I was, because it was 2018. I was this is it, I guess, like, let's do it. So, yeah, you just put everything on that website. Like, I would say, like, pretty much all my homies are on DistroKid, just because it's cheaper. But you can go TuneCore the traditional route. There's a bunch of new ones too, like United Masters and all that stuff. But
do they give you like all your analytics?
Yeah, you get everything pretty much. But it depends, like, you know,
how
like
much
money,
you pay or whatever.
Yeah, money will dictate whether or not you can see
all
how
your
many.
Shit.
Yeah. So I got the highest one though. I got the subscription. You know, the highest one to where it's called the label, where I get everything. Like I see where the song was played, like you said, your name's Troy?
Yeah.
Is it Roberts?
Yes.
Okay, well, then how I know that is because it shows.
That's legit.
It shows everybody's name, like who listens.
Hey, you know I'm not a bullshitter. I said I listened to it, and you're like, oh damn, I've seen your name on there.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of names, but I was figuring like, cause you said Troy, and I was like, I might have seen a Troy.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah.
Cause like I've had some homies where they're like, yo, I listen to your music, and then I go on. Like, I'm not, like, trying to check you or anything. It's just, I was just checking it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, he actually is listening.
And that's legit, yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's crazy. when I got that shit, that's when I knew I was like, man. I think eventually though, I might end up going to TuneCore, just because traditionally TuneCore is they're better with their like distribution of money. They're better with everything, like the whole background.
Do they both pay out almost the same, or does it pay out better TuneCore but you pay more?
I would say you pay more in TuneCore, but you get pretty much, I would say like maybe 90% of everything.
Okay, and how much you get on Astro Boy?
DistroKid.
DistroKid. I don't know why I said Astro Boy. What the fuck?
Yeah, DistroKid. I mean,
Astro.
I love DistroKid, but I've just heard too many stories, and then I've had personal experiences with like how money is handled and the underlying like contract, right? In like small print, there's like all these disclaimers. So I kind of feel like maybe in the future I'll move on, but. Shout out to DistroKid for having me. But you know, I get you though. I've just had too many problems. Like, let's say, I'll just keep it simple. Like $100. Technically speaking, you're supposed to get $100 because they say you pay this amount, you can pay the lowest amount, and you get 100% of your royalties. So I was like, okay, I made $100. Where's my money, bro? You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So then you gotta like email them and it.
Oh, so it's just more work. Like
you get it eventually, but like.
They're paying you 2 months down the road and shit.
Yeah, it's just different with everybody. I know with TuneCore they're more like at it, and I know that you get it like every 3 months. Yeah. So like I think that's an actual check though.
Oh really?
Or maybe if they changed it, because I know that you would get an actual check.
So your music, even like let's say it gets played on Apple Music, Spotify, whatever, you get paid from TuneCore, or like Apple Music, you'll get paid separately.
If TuneCore is your distributor, yeah.
Oh, I got you.
So like basically, you pay them to put it all out, gather all the money, and then bring it all back to TuneCore. So that way, when you log on, you got it. They show you how much you made, how many plays, whatever, and then they'll give you the what do you call it? Like, okay, this is what you owe us because we did this for you, and then this is what you're gonna get. Yeah, so your cut with, like, basically. That's with every like distribution company.
I got you. So from 2018 to now, from like your first time actually going 100% in, and you're like, I'm dropping an album, I'm putting music on Apple Music everywhere. What have you learned? Like, what is something that you've learned now that you feel like could have helped you in 2018?
Dang. From when I...
Yeah, from like, because now you're 100% in. So like, what are some things you've learned from 2018 to now since you've gone 100% into your music?
I would say things that I learned are like how to handle your money, first of all, as an artist.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I first invested, I would take a lot of things like my heart was like right here. You know what I'm saying? And I think I've grown up and like don't take everything serious.
Yeah.
Don't take it. Remember this: it is the music business. It is not just music.
Exactly.
So if you're gonna invest and you get to like talking to people and you're serious, it sometimes is not what you might think it is. It's not like it's not like a friendship based. Sometimes.
It's a business.
Yeah,
it's a business. So
I would say.
And a lot of people are out to get only their own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, kind of like the LA culture where like, I'm going to help you. But the reality is I'm helping you because it benefits me more.
Exactly.
Or maybe it's just some real homie shit and they're really just trying to help you. So that's the difference. Like, it's kind of hard to distinguish that. And I think that's what I've learned as of late. Like, I don't take anybody's word to heart anymore. And I don't take your word unless it comes to fruition. So, like, basically, I don't look forward to things.
Yeah, you don't like...
I know it's happening.
Gotcha.
And if it's canceled, then it's canceled. But if I know it's going to happen, then we're good.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I kind of learned that, not in music, obviously, but in life, just because I grew up in Blythe. So I grew up in a small town, and I feel like everybody was, like, cool, Like, everybody's almost family, right? You're like...
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, you know everyone. Yeah, you know everyone. You're like... fucking Blythe, you don't have a mall, bro. We have basically like a grocery store, you know. So like people are fucking, you know, everybody. And then I came out here, and I thought people would be the same, you know. I thought people were kind of like, and I feel like even getting just closer to a big city, you realize like, damn, like there's a lot more people that are kind of out for themselves, and you got to realize that, and you got to learn the hard way. I feel like you got to get fucked over a few times to be like to get that.
You learn by either getting fucked over or just figuring it out. Eventually.
Yeah, or figure it out, or you know some close people that have learned, and then you kind of learn through them. Somebody told you. Yeah,
like, dude. Yo, I'm gonna do something with so and so, and then they're like, hey man, I did something with so too, so just, you know, watch yourself.
Exactly, heads up. It didn't work out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that and to have fun with my music, because I think when I first started investing, like 2018, like okay, I gotta get the Instagram, I gotta get popping, you know. You
gotta start like working. So it's all work, and then instead of like enjoying I wasn't
having fun.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, this is stupid. Like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It got to the point where pretty much like I don't even want to rap.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It took your love and your passion and made it just straight work, bro. And I've done that too, where you're like, because even like pushing stuff on social media, I'm not a big social media guy in general, so it's like it irritates me having to like post shit and like it. And I
think it even sucks too, like when you start and you're not getting the engagement you want.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, like it's. I don't know. It's I would say like anybody who's looking to do anything in the creative field, whether it be entrepreneurial or the music business or whatever, it's gonna come with like criticism. It's gonna come with a lot of like hate.
Yeah.
It's gonna come with a lot of things you don't want to hear and you don't want to see.
I've had this conversation with a lot of creative people, a couple guys actually that I've had on the podcast, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I just think I kind of have an idea off my podcast as well. There's a lot of people that start, especially when they see you drop something or you start something, and a lot of people are haters, right? Yeah. And I think it's because a lot of people just kind of think you're not going to stick with it, and then like let's say 2 years down the road, like now you're in 2020. Yeah. I feel like a lot of those haters at some point turn into fans, and it just takes, and that's why you don't get the engagement in the beginning, because a lot of people just don't believe, because a lot of people aren't willing to do something like that, you know, aren't willing to just like be all out there. So I feel like a lot of people, it takes a while for them to gain your trust as an artist or as any creative, and that takes a while. You gotta grind, you know, and I've had to learn with the podcast, bro. I had 30 subscribers like 6 months ago maybe, and now I got like 200. And that's not a lot, but it's like, it just, you gotta fucking grind. And I'm sure with your music, like, I'm sure you've seen it from 2018 to now. Like, I feel like I heard your music before I even talked to you, I think. I just randomly listened to your music, and then I added your music, then I talked to you, like, just by chance. So, I think that shows that it's obviously expanding in a way you'd never expected, or maybe the way you thought it was going to in 2018, and now it is in 2020.
Yeah. No, I mean... Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like with the people hating on you and shit.
There's so many haters, bro.
It sucks because I feel like it's a lot of, maybe not like straight up hate, unless like it's a fake account or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not straight up hate, like you said. It's just a lot of people that, or maybe they just don't even like.
Yeah, well,
support at all, 0%.
I've had both, man. Like that rally at the high school. Directly after the show, we were going back to lunch or something, I forgot. And so I was walking into the crowd, and these dudes were like, yo, dude, good shit. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. They're like, nah, I'm just playing. Your shit's fucking ass. And they just walked away. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
thanks, bro. Yeah. Like, all right.
I've had it in my face, and I've had it, like, over DM. I still get shit like that in the DM.
Really?
Like, yeah, I don't know what it is, bro. I kind of feel like, because 100%, I don't want to sound ignorant, but yo, you know my name. If you're a rapper, you're a producer, in this valley, you know who I am. Yeah. So, like, I know, at least I have an idea of where this hate's coming from. That's all I'm going to say. But,
I got you.
But yeah, I still get random, like, fuck you fucking suck in the DM, and I'm just like, I appreciate you. Like, I just kill them with kindness, bro. Like, I don't...
That's my favorite thing.
I don't jump in that shit. Like, I don't...
Oh, my God.
It's kind of like what... I did a song with Keeley. You should have Keeley on. Keeley's fucking fired.
Alright,
But the homie Kile, I did a song with him, and I had a line where I said, confused fans, I don't call them haters. Because it does eventually turn into, like, I have this one account that just constantly hates on me, bro. I don't know what it is.
It's just a random...
It's a random
like
fake
a fake account?
Yeah, like a fake account. And they're saying stuff like, oh, in this song, your voice cracked, and I don't know why you posted it. And I'm just like, bro, like, I would just be like, I appreciate you, bro, because you're giving me those streams.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Like you're listening to it, obviously.
Hate all you want, bro. You're still listening. You just pointed out a lyric. That means
so you're listening to my music.
You're listening. So
yeah. And that's why it's really probably a lot of those haters, bro. I think really might be they end up being fans in the end, you know, because it's like I
would say so. I mean,
if he's listening to your music, he, she, whoever it is, bro, how are they not a fan? You know, like how are they?
Think about all the time they're spending listening to me.
No, bro, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't appreciate you, bro.
You know what's crazy? On my last episode, I just had a comment, and somebody's like, some constructive criticism. They wrote this big long comment about like you need to do this, you need to adjust this, and all this shit. And I go to look at it, and then they delete it. I'm like, bro, like just leave it there, you know? Like if you wanna drop it, you wanna critique, just critique. Fuck it.
I think even with like a podcast, because like I would do interviews for my radio show.
Yeah.
Because it was on the radio, 98.7, I think.
Really?
From I think Riverside to all the way down towards like Swansea area.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you guys have any plan on when you're gonna like start doing it again?
Man, I don't know.
You don't know?
I have no idea.
Did you have a same like time every week that you were doing it?
Yeah, I was like Wednesdays and Thursdays. Yeah.
Wednesdays and Thursdays?
Yeah.
And it's nonstop hip hop?
Nonstop hip hop. But as of now, I mean, you guys can still support KCOD. But as of now, the show's not running.
Yeah.
Right now, I think maybe they're doing some reruns. I'm not sure. But, yeah, like I said, you know, the whole COVID thing.
Exactly. Just kind of
so.
Put a wrench in everything.
But, yeah, as far as, like, that stuff goes, with, like, people hating, and even with, like, podcasts, like, I feel like you're more prone to hate than I am because, like, mine is just, like, a musical piece that you can probably say, oh, I agree. Not really. Or maybe I do. And then in your case, because you do podcasts, because like when I would do interviews, right?
Yeah.
What you say can piss somebody off, and because you said it, they take it like this is how he really thinks. Like he's this, you know what I'm saying? So people could really like.
In my podcast,
really get
bro.
On you.
My podcast, bro, is like Joe Rogan experience. So like I'll smoke weed on the podcast. I've talked shit so like bro, it can go very sideways, you know. I've been drunk on the podcast, you know. Like it is very open and not like anything like where I'm trying to hurt anybody or anything like that. But I'm very like open and honest with what I think or like how my opinions. So like I'm pretty sure I've pissed some people off, you know.
I think that's the way it should be. You shouldn't you can't hold. I mean, who can you be more than yourself?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's kind of the whole point of my podcast, and that's why I bring people in is for them to talk about their experiences and like real like you talking about you fucking up the first like 5-6 shows is what I need, bro. Like I need that on my podcast because people see all these stars and shit, and they see them when they're done, when they've already finished, when they've already made it, and they don't see them when they're in the actual making, when they're actually fucking grinding, bro. And people need to see like it's not you don't just win. It's not just a straight ride up to the gold, you know, straight ride to platinum records or whatever the fuck, bro. It's a grind.
Yeah, and actually, just to get back to like the hip hop, I wasn't even a rapper first. Like I said, I was actually a dancer first.
Really?
Yeah, I was a breakdancer first.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I was breakdancing with like my homies. We had our little crew, but we weren't the guys dancing at school or anything because we were kind of like shy.
Yeah.
So we would just like, I don't know, kick it like in the street and like.
What got you guys into breakdancing? Because that's exciting. Man, actually, I like breakdancing.
I have no idea, to be honest.
You don't know? Just you guys started it.
Well, for me, I think to be honest, I think the majority of things that happen with me and my friends are because of me, just because like I had a certain interest, and I wouldn't push it upon you, but I would keep saying like, hey, why don't you try it out? Why don't you like, you know, you don't know if you like it until you try it, right? So like my friends became dancers once I became an artist, my friends became artists. Once I like tagging, graffiti, like I'd like to draw and everything. My friends started doing that. Not to say that they're copying me, because obviously they had their own thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I influenced in a positive way to like express yourself. You know what I mean?
And just try new things.
Yeah, just try new things.
See what you can do.
We were breakdancing first, and then I started rapping. And actually, my homie, he goes by Wristlock, but his name is Frankie. That dude, man, I always say, if he would have kept rapping, because he still does a little bit, but not like fully invested. I always say that if he was to really invest and really like get into it, he would make it before me.
Really?
That's how I feel. I feel like he kind of started rapping after me. I feel like he would be there.
What's his focus now? He just started doing some other shit. Got on.
Oh, I mean, he's a Marine.
Oh, well, that.
Yeah, so it takes up a lot of your time.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of your time. Yeah,
yeah. But
he's
he's doing his thing, man. I'm
a
proud of him.
savage.
He's still rapping too, so big ups to the homie.
Yeah, that's good, bro. Because he could still like rapping something like you could keep doing. You know, he could keep doing it. And then as soon as he gets out, then he could really put 100% in and just kind of keep working on his craft.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's transfer over because we talked about this a little bit over before the podcast, bro. You're talking about you're in the middle of maybe starting a clothing brand. Can you speak anything on it, or like what the meaning is behind it, or the name? Can you give me some info?
I'm excited.
Let's do this shit.
So pretty much, the clothing brand, I've been working on it for about 2 years. So since 2018, I had the idea, and it's the label. So if you were to go on Spotify and go down and read it's the name of my label basically. So it's Natural Selection. So I started it in 2018, and I had the homie Wristlock on it, and I had the homie Nico. He went by Medic, but he changed it. And then now it's just like pretty much by myself.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of a record label is by myself. So Natural Selection, but with a K. And the clothing brand is named after it. So it's going to be like the website will be rapper based and like news based and clothing brand. And then I have a beat store because I make beats and everything. So it'll be all tied into one as Natural Selection.
That's legit.
Yeah, so from that...
Are you working on the website yourself?
Yeah, all me with my homie Fred. Yeah, my homie Fred. He goes by Pimps and Players on Instagram. That's his clothing brand. And he's going to help me out, start from the bottom basically. But I think as far as like the foundation, we're pretty much there.
Yeah.
Like as far as like, all the social media I probably got posts for a whole year and a half ready to go. Like,
really?
Yeah.
So you're really back end ready.
Yeah, dude. I'm talking like 2018. I wasn't playing as far as like the website. Everything's getting together. The clothing, the posting, the marketing, the stores that I'm talking to try to get it in. Like we're moving, slowly. So hopefully,
I like the way you move. Yeah, you move quietly, and you just make it happen.
This
and then
is the first time I've ever talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, this is the first time.
100 podcast exclusive.
Yeah,
bro.
This is the first time I ever actually talked about it. Like, okay, what I have ready to go.
Damn,
this is the first time, man. So,
and that's what people don't understand though is like, there's people like you that are like really getting shit going, right? They're really getting prepared. You're getting it so prepared to where when it starts, there shouldn't be no bumps in the road. And if there is, you should ride over that shit, right?
Yeah.
And then there's people that start clothing brands and shit that start it like right now. They don't even have shit prepared at all. It's like I just made some designs, I just put together the website, and they go with it,
Yeah.
And it's like, I think this is something good for people to understand that starting a business and shit is not just what you see in the front end.
Yeah.
It's all that back end work that you're doing, bro. That's crazy.
It's a lot of work.
A year and a half of post, bro. You're like, you're
bro.
prepped. You're
I'm
prepped and ready.
Like, we're still going through it. Like, me and my girlfriend, she helps me out a lot. So, like, we're still going through some posts because it's scheduled, and it's scheduled for, like, even the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, like...
Oh, my God.
Like, it's scheduled for everything.
I feel like I need to work way harder now. Okay, let's go, bro. Yeah.
Like, hey, man, it's a business.
Yes, exactly.
Like, obviously... You're not gonna drop summer clothes in winter. You're not gonna do stuff like that. So Yeah, I mean, as far as the clothing brand goes, hopefully 2021, maybe the middle or maybe towards the end, because the way I want to release it to the world, I'm gonna need a crowd, man. It's gonna be a full show. It's gonna like I need more. I don't want it to just drop and then I want it to be big. And if I can't do it here, then I'm probably gonna have to go somewhere where it's a little bit more liberal as far as like the people walking around and like
lets you be able to do something, have an event or something.
Yeah, and even like with myself, I wear the mask. I know like some people probably tripping like, why is he putting his mask back on and all? But like, I'm a little high risk, so like I try to like be.
I understand, bro. Yeah.
But it does get annoying sometimes, so I take it off. But yeah, as far as like the clothing brand, dude, I want it to be big. Like I was really hoping this year, because the beginning of this year, I not only had a tour lined up from Arizona all the way ending in LA. So from like Arizona, yeah, and it was gonna be like off my schedule. So like every Friday, I had Friday and Saturday off. So every other Friday, I was in a different city, but drivable.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That way I could like do it.
How'd you get this lined up? Was it just you going out, reaching out to people, reaching out to venues and shit?
Previous venues. So like I did a couple venues in Arizona. Like I performed pretty much around.
Yeah.
And so I would just hit them up and be like, "Yo, I have this idea, and if I can get a couple more artists, maybe a sponsor or two, that you think we can make this happen?" And they didn't really care. They just said, "Yeah, like you could do it yourself. You don't even need incentive. You could just come in," because they just do it. And I'm like, all right. So I didn't talk about it at all. And actually, if my parents watch this, they don't even know that because it fell. It fell through because around March is when it was supposed to start, and then you know what happened around March.
Exactly.
So then I got the emails like, hey, and I was like, I understand. We can't.
Yeah, we clearly can't.
We clearly can't. So, and then, I don't know, like, I'm sure everyone's struggling. A lot of people, family members lost, me included. But also, like, the performing idea with that is when I was going to drop Natural Selection as, like, a full, we are a label. And sorry.
No, you're good.
And I'm trying to, like, expand.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to expand, like, and that's not even out there either. Like, as far as social media, I'm talking to, like, producers that I really want to not sign, but, like, I want to get into
some sort of partnership
or, like, a friendship type thing to where you make beats exclusively. Like, you do your thing, but, like, exclusively for, like, me and, like, a group that I'm going to put together.
Yeah.
Because I really want to make it big. I don't want to just make it... I don't want to just put a group together, make a couple shirts and sound cool because we sound cool. Like, nah, I really want to put, like, one day I want to have, like, a building to where you can perform clothing brands. I'll do partnerships with all them. I'll do anything, you know what I mean? Like, everything you can imagine. I want it to be like the one-stop shop. Store. Yeah, the hip-hop type store. And then obviously with, like, my brand and, like, have everything go in there. But, yeah. That's pretty much where it's at.
Damn, bro, you got a master plan that I fuck with. I like it.
Hey, I'm giving all y'all gems right now.
Yeah, I know, dude. If you guys made it, fucking, what are we at? 48 minutes into the podcast, dude. You guys are getting some gems, bro.
These are simple things that, like, I'm sure, like, OGs told you, like, yo, move in silence. Don't just talk your shit.
Exactly.
And plus, the reason why I did it like that is because when I would say something and then people will hold me accountable, I would feel pressure, bro. Like, pressure. Yeah. It's kind of like the new, like, by the end of this month, everyone's going to have a new, what do you call it?
New Year's resolution?
Yeah. So, why do you think people fail? Because they're pressured.
Exactly.
Because people are like, hey, man, 5-6 months later, hey, bro, you're still fat, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just why I don't tell anybody anything, because I don't want pressure, and I want to be able to, as loose as possible, so if I fuck up, because I'm not going to say that in the 2 years I didn't fuck up. I fucked up a lot. Like, like, designs didn't come out right. I didn't get the designers correct.
Exactly.
They fucked me over.
And I know what you're saying, because I've done that before, where you speak too early, prematurely. Yeah. And you know what I've actually done? There's been podcasts in the past where I get, like, super excited, right? I'm like, this is gonna kill, whatever. And then maybe it doesn't work out. The podcast doesn't work, or even like the person, it just doesn't. The conversation doesn't even like work or whatever, you know. And it's like,
they're just not interested.
Yeah, bro. You know, so it's like you just can't be hyped. You gotta just stay, like you said. You gotta just kind of like. I feel like just stay steady, man. It's like it's a real big thing. Like even when you got down days or you got shit that happens or whatever, you gotta just stay steady because you can't get too hyped about shit and you can't be too depressed because you're gonna miss out on those doors because you're not fucking thinking clearly, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, bro. So I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
What? Do you have any new music dropping anytime soon? I think we should wrap this shit up on your music. Like, let's talk about what you got coming out, if you got anything coming out, or if you got any plans, and then let people know about your social medias as well.
All right, cool. So pretty much, as far as music goes, I've dropped the last 6 singles for the year. Those are all out.
Yeah.
Like Crusher Strike, that's produced by DJ Bass. That's out. And then, that's what I want to talk about too. Pretty much every single song that you hear, I produced that beat myself and mixed, mastered, and myself. Except for like a couple, like the second album, Atreus, I had the homie Trey mix a couple songs, and then I had the homie Tuesday Forever produce a couple, and then collabs and all that stuff.
How long did it take you to learn to mix and master music?
Oh man, that I still haven't. I would say I have not mastered mastering, but I feel like as far as mixing goes, to make it sound good, I think that's pretty good to go because there is a difference.
And what's mastering?
So mixing is basically like, there's no right way because it's kind of like how you want to hear the music.
Yeah.
So let's say you like the bass louder, then mix it to where the bass is hitting.
It's your personal preference.
It's your personal preference. Yeah. But the master, basically, the master means it should bump anywhere. So if I played it off my phone, that shit knocks. If I played it off the car, it knocks. If it played it in front of a crowd, that's a master. A master is like you mastered all the different scenarios.
It could play on anything,
it
works the same.
Yeah, it'll sound clear, perfect. Like sometimes if you mix it but you don't master it correctly, it'll sound like weird on your phone, or like the bass is too hard, so it'll sound weird on your phone. Yeah. Or maybe the vocals sound weird in the car, but in your headphones they sound fire.
So as part of mastering, are you literally listening to the music through those different like?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like listening on your phone as you're like doing it, or like listening on the headphones.
For example, with my music, I got it from the homie Trey. Like the how do I explain this? Kind of like how you say it's done. I got it from the homie Trey. So like the way he mixes, he says that he'll be in front of it with the monitors. All right, sounds cool. Then he'll put it like the same volume every time, and he'll be like in the living room and behind a wall. So that way the sounds that come through, okay, what's louder?
Yeah.
All right, the piano's too loud. Okay, I can hear the piano way too much. Then let me go fix, stuff like that. Or like it all goes through like a checklist.
Bro, this is some big tips.
Yeah, for real. Like everybody, you know what I mean?
No, I'm saying this is not. This is why I'm asking these questions, because this is something I don't know nothing about, and I've heard I know there's a lot of people that are into music now, and a lot of people don't even fucking do it right. They don't even understand the whole process, bro. So this is crazy listening to how.
For real, there's a lot, man.
It is.
I would say there's 2 types of independent artists. There's the ones that, and it doesn't mean you're better or whatever. There's just 2 types. That's it. So pretty much, there's the ones who just rap. Like all they do is rap.
Yeah.
So I'm talking like they get beats from their homies, or maybe they steal them.
They're
off
literally
YouTube.
Just a rapper.
Yeah, you just rap. You don't even know how to record yourself. You have to like rely on someone else.
Yeah.
And these are just the 2 that I've seen before. Those kind of rappers, and then the ones like me. The ones that really, like, I could get into good conversations if you know what you're talking about.
Do both make it? Like, can the guy that just raps make it?
The sad part is that the guy that just raps is more likely to make it.
Really?
That's the sad part. And the reason is because he's easier to control because you don't know everything.
He doesn't have any of the other skills.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Like, if you do, you learned it later, and you got fucked over way more. So, like, the sad part is, like, half of these rappers that just rap and they're famous, I can guarantee you they're not popping like they say they are. And the reason is because their deal is structured to where you just rap. That's it. So, like, at the end of the bargain, that's the only responsibility.
It's just to rap. Yeah,
just rap. Everything else is taken care of. Yeah. You really have no say.
And I've heard, honestly, I don't know much about it, but I've heard a lot of these music deals anyways. A lot of these artists aren't making a fucking dollar, really, you know? Like,
yeah, I promote independent fully and solely, but it's kind of like, if you're going to partner, I would say, well, I bet, if you're going to sign, partner. Not literally sign.
Gotcha. Partner with somebody.
Rights,
yeah.
Like, if you're just a rapper and, like, let's say the way life is and you really have to get there, then, yeah, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? But remember that the way music deals are structured, a lot of them are structured on a loan basis. So that could really, you know,
they basically, like, hooked you up with some, like, in the beginning, and you got to get them back after, like, the...
Most of them work like this. Like, for the simplest way is kind of like, all right, I'm going to give you $100. With this $100, you have to pay your producers, pay the engineers, give me my product, which is you have to rap.
Yeah.
Do all that with this $100, and then when you give me the music, I put the music out. If that music don't make $100, then now you're on like a credit, basically, kind of like a credit card where you fucked up and interest builds. If you can't give me my $100 back, then you're in the hole, and now I own you until you give it back.
Damn.
Now you don't owe me just $100. You owe me, let's say, $5,000 now. You know what I mean? And if you
because interest and all that shit.
Yeah, we do another deal because you're like, oh, okay, let me fix this. The only way I know how to fix it is rap. So we do another deal. Now you owe me $20,000 because it didn't make me $5,000. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these artists they're not balling like they say they are.
Yeah,
and it's sad because it's because of those deals. That's why I promote independent to the fullest. If you're gonna do something with a major company, get a lawyer and try to partner. And if not, first of all, if they're approaching you, you're the asset, not them. They want you to make them money.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that happens, then you're balling. Don't even worry about it. You know
if you're getting approached by record labels and shit, you're probably good. Like, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, you have leverage. If you're going to run to a record label, then be ready to take whatever they're going to give if they want to give it to you.
Yeah.
So you really have no say, and that's just what it is.
That makes sense.
But yeah, every beat from my music is produced by me, except for a couple now. And then the new album in 2021, that one I'm kind of expanding. I'm not going to produce it all. I'm gonna like share because I want like more talent.
Yeah.
Because like I got a bunch of homies that I really never asked for beats from, like DJ Bass or Tuesday Forever, and I never really asked them. But I think 2021, the third album is called FTL. It's called From That Land, and dude, it's so far I already have, I would say, 10 tracks where I feel like I'm good. I think the song From That Land is going to be, hopefully, the way I want to do the video, we can do it to where, like, a bunch of people can get in it, but, like, you know, this thing, and we'll see how that goes in 2021, but...
Yeah, the vaccines, too, might be coming out, you know. Yeah. I don't know about those.
Yeah, I don't know.
If we want to get into conspiracy shit, because I don't know, dude, they kind of make me a little nervous, but, hey, I don't want to be one of those weirdos. I'm not a doctor, bro. I'm not a doctor, so... Yeah. Don't trust what I'm saying, but that kind of scares me. A vaccine they just made up very quickly.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's kind of like, would you want to do anything that was brand new first? I mean, I kind of feel like, think about it, bro. Like, they're going to give a vaccine to the ones who really matter, like first responders. I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. How about all y'all do it first
and see how you guys how you react, see what your side effects are, because so I don't want to take that shit and then me just something happen, bro. I'm cool, bro.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. Well, not that. I'm hoping for
that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hoping for 2021 to be somewhat better. In my personal opinion, I don't think so, but I want it to be.
Yeah.
For everybody, cause like I'm not even gonna lie. Like when you asked me, I was gonna say no.
Oh yeah.
To come, yeah, because like I said, like the high risk kind of thing, and you know, it's no disrespect towards you or whatever, cause like I don't know where you've been, you don't know where I've been. Kind of thing.
Yeah. And I'm not Joe Rogan. I can't afford fucking corona tests. And
yeah, I get you.
COVID tests.
Yeah.
We got tested. I swear. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, like it's just tough with all this, cause then like you can like lose people or whatever.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you've seen on social media. I was talking about bringing up a podcast again.
I did see you mention that.
One. Oh, you did? Oh, hell yeah! I did one like in the middle of my second year with KCOD, but not with them. I did it by myself.
Uh-huh.
And so the reason why I didn't fully finish it and like put it out.
Because you said you had some backlogged episodes, right?
Yeah. So I had about like 8 or 9 episodes filmed and recorded, ready to go. But then my laptop at the time took a total dump on me, and I was like, okay, I have them on my hard drive because I know I back everything up.
Yeah.
And I go, it's all gone, bro. So I feel like I wasted about 8 people's time in 1 hour of each of their lives.
Yep.
So I felt kind of bad, and I didn't want to like continue and like redo it, you know. So I just apologized, and I told him, you know, maybe I'll try again another time. But that just like totally discouraged me because we had like I had freestyles from homies like live. I had like drawing in person live, and then just really good conversations, you know. But
I've had that happen on my podcast where it records and the video doesn't save, and it's just the audio, and I feel like such an asshole, you know,
yeah,
because you gotta write
like shit.
Yeah, you write the person, and the person like feels like you almost like did it on purpose, and I like had to like almost like one guy had to like show a screenshot of my phone, like, bro, look at the video. I clicked it, it's just black, and it's just playing. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not fucking with you, dog. Like, I would never do that shit on purpose, dude. Like,
but yeah, that too, because like I had some people, they're like, hey man, like, you know, what the heck, you know, and I was just like, I apologize, bro. I did not know my computer was gonna take a total shit on me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just what happened, unfortunately. But yeah, honestly, I think I have one ready to go with the homie Fredo. That one's gonna be called Rude Planet, and you know, if you're down, we can get you on talk about your stuff, what you got going on.
I'm always down. I want to get on. I've had a few people reach out. I've reached out to a few. I really want to get on some other fucking podcasts. I've been on one, I think, called Eating Good Schmidt. She's
that's cool.
She's like, yeah, she like does like a lot of like cooking, and we made some like Pop-Tarts on the podcast, and me and my boy was on it, and we were drinking during the podcast.
Is that like a friend or?
Yeah, she's a friend of mine from like high school. I knew her in high school, and she's probably gonna make it before I do, bro. That lady, she's got like a couple thousand followers on Instagram. Already got like, you know, advertising like deals and shit, you know. So she's killing it, bro. She's killing the game. She's just real like she just knows her lane, you know. It's like all cooking and baking, and it's legit, dude. And her podcast is actually pretty fun. I've had her on my podcast as well.
Oh damn.
And so yeah, bro.
I listened to a couple of them. I listened to episode 21 with Dejan and.
Is that Question Life Itself?
Yeah.
That's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Question Life Itself.
If you listen to that one, then you could tell my podcast is a very open. We're talking about like religion,
like pretty much
everything.
Honestly, I feel like that's what it should be, because when you have a niche, kind of like let's say it's a MMA hour or something. If you're not talking about MMA for the whole hour, people are kind of like,
why are we here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because it's called the 100 Podcast, you can talk about anything, man.
Exactly. That's why I like it too, cause that's how I am, bro. I'm an only child and shit, so I've always been curious. I don't think I have like any one thing I want to talk about. I'm very curious. I like talking to people about all their shit, bro. Like, it just interests me. I like hearing about people's lives and like their obstacles, and especially like people that are around my age. Like, there's a lot of people in this valley that are actually kind of doing shit that's like pretty interesting that a lot of people don't even know about. A lot of people don't even know what you guys are doing, and
I think that's why this is like important, because like even the homie Kile, he had a podcast and he discontinued it for a while, but I feel like people like you doing podcasts because you like to do it, but also because it brings light to maybe something that someone didn't even know. Like, you know how the idea of the valley is boring and it's
exactly.
like a retirement place?
Yes.
I mean, you can easily change that if the culture is accepted over time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And dude, people don't understand. There's a lot of young people here, bro. In this valley, there's a lot of young people, and we gotta kind of change the vibes a little bit. It doesn't have to be an old person golfing valley, you know? Like, bro, it can be fucking live. It can be exciting. Like, this is kind of my first time mentioning it, but I'm starting a vlog on my same channel called Cruising the Valley, and I have my first season coming out in a couple of weeks, and I went to like Flat Black, Hargate, which is like a training facility like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I went and spoke to the best cookie, Palm Springs, and like watched him as he made like some cookies. So like I'm trying to like showcase this valley, bro. This shit's fucking popping, and we gotta showcase that, you know, there's a lot of people here that we can support. We don't have to support all the big people in LA. There's a lot of big people here.
Definitely.
Right down the street.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, bro. Like your music, bro. I fuck with your music. I actually listened to it. It was one of my, I don't even know which song, but it was on Atreus. There's a couple, I think I had 2 or 3 downloaded, but there's one song on there that was like my main gym song for a little bit that I listened to. Like, it was one of my like top 5. That was like when I was trying to hit get like a max hit or some shit, bro. But yeah, dude, I enjoy watching the locals do something amazing, man. We gotta support each other, because then that makes everybody prosper. We don't all have to hate each other.
No, yeah, I think that's like a quick misconception when someone like talks about someone. Maybe it's not even in a negative light. They just take it as like somewhat criticism, and then someone else talks about it, and it's just thrown in way different proportion.
Exactly.
Because like what I said earlier, when we get our podcast popping, and even when my hip hop show comes back, you know, I could still have you on. Like, I'm not even like. That's one thing too. There's no competition, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people.
Thank you for saying that.
I don't know why they do that. They make it seem like, oh, he's got a podcast. Well, my podcast is gonna be better.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that guy. Like, nah, dude. Like, that is losing.
Yes.
If you come into that, like, let's say, like, if you're one of those like people who are like that, and you have a podcast talking bad about another podcast, you just lost tons of potential listeners because of you being negative, bro.
You're just basically a hater now.
Yeah, you don't want to be known as that guy.
Nah, bro, and that's why, like, I've had multiple people on my podcast, and I've had actually these 2 women on my podcast. They're bodybuilders, and I told them during the podcast, start a podcast. You guys are perfect to start a podcast. They started one, dude, and their shit's probably already bigger than mine. And it's like, bro, I'm not here to fucking... It isn't a competition. I want you to do your shit, bro. Like, if I see potential in something or whatever, bro, like, go for it. Like, if you see potential in something, go for it. Like, if it's along the same lines as what I'm doing, who cares, dude? There's plenty of people that can listen to your shit. Yeah. There's plenty of listeners, like music. There's plenty of people to listen to your music. There's millions, there's billions, bro. Your music, I saw you post, it's been listened to in different countries. Like, bro, there's plenty of people that can listen to your shit.
That's new to me, man.
That's wild.
That's way new to me.
Hey, my podcast was listened to in like 7 countries, and I was thrown off too. I was like, I don't even think my shit's even like...
I know you started thinking like, where?
Yeah, bro, who?
Like, who?
Who sat down and listened to my shit, you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know if you check, well, does podcast go on TikTok? Or can you get like sound bites?
I could, but I haven't done any. But yeah, I could. I that's something I need to do more of, is do more clips, because a lot of people don't. I feel like a lot of people, it's hard for them to sit down for like an hour and listen to a podcast. Yeah. I need to do some clips.
Well, I fuck with podcasts because like I work stationary basically, like, and I could listen to headphones, so I'm just there for 8 hours and I don't know what to listen to.
I'm a podcast guy. You have any like personal favorites?
Yeah, I like All the Smoke with man, I already forgot their names right now, but the NBA players, they're ex-NBA players, and then obviously the Joe Rogan Experience. I do listen to Impulsive by...
I listened to it for a little while.
Yeah.
Logan Paul?
Logan Paul. I listened to it a little bit, but then, like, I just got to where, like, they weren't really talking about much after a while.
Yeah.
And then I listened to the Billy Madison Show, Steve-O's podcast.
The Billy Madison Show? Really? Yeah. I used to listen to that when I worked, like, security. That show was funny. I went to a Billy Madison event at Drink in Palm Desert. Like, it had, like... And you know what? Actually, speaking of that, you know Nard? Is it Nard?
Yeah.
He sent me like a care package, bro. One time
What?
I gave him like my it was when I had my clothing brand. I gave him my business card with my clothing brand on it. Hooked me up with like some like alcohol, like a ornament, some shirts or some shit, some Billy Madison
that's
shit.
Badass, because I've been listening to the Billy Madison show, but I recently just got really into it with the new job. So I was like, damn, it's actually pretty cool. I mean, like, it's kind of the same thing sometimes.
Yeah.
It kills time. And then, of course, I've been listening to yours recently.
Shout out.
When you hit me up, I started listening to yours because it's on Spotify. And then, yeah. I mean, I listen to a bunch, bro. I listen to a ton. Like,
I listen to a little bit of everything. I even listen to, like, The King and the Sting, which is, like, Brendan Schaub and Theo Vaughn.
I was going to say, it's, like, Below the Belt with Brendan Schaub. Like,
yeah.
all these different ones. There's so many. Like, you know what I learned from All the Smoke? All the Smoke taught me that anyone who's basically famous kind of has a podcast. Like, if you just search their name, they got a podcast, bro. Like Mike Tyson and shit.
That's kind of the only thing that does kind of irritate me, though. Sometimes it's like, sometimes those famous people, dude, they just kind of like take up everything, you know? Like, you already made it in the NBA, and then now you're doing a podcast, and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about or whatever. And it's like, bro, you're just killing everybody else's chances because everybody's listening to your podcast, and you already have 10 million fans. But that's being a hater because the dude already is killing it, you know? So. I sometimes I feel like there's, like you said, it's oversaturated. I feel like sometimes people do too much.
Definitely. It's kind of like, well, you know, not to get back to the Jake Paul thing, but it's kind of like that. I mean, he's just a YouTuber, bro.
And then he made it, now he's fucking boxing and shit. Celebrity. He was basically the co-main event or whatever. The right under Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. So that is pretty wild, man. People are... It's wild that there is like not TV stars anymore. It's like YouTube. It's like social media stars. It's like
pretty much
not celebrities like the celebrities we grew up with. You know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. It's kind of cool though, I guess, because now I feel like you do see a lot more of like the real people instead of like a fake show.
Definitely, because it's more on demand now. Kind of like I mean, it's off your phone, bro. So like
exactly
anybody
right.
can kind of do it.
And that's.
I actually want to ask you, where are you at with like combat sports? Like, are you interested in that, or do you? Because I know like you've seen videos of you working out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you?
I personally I watch the UFC. I don't watch boxing. I'm into it. I used to do like some MMA, but not enough to where like I'd say I'm like really into it. I want to get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, personally. I think it'd be a fun thing to do to push myself. And I've thought about getting into MMA, but then again, I don't want to get punched in the face every day.
You start thinking, like, can I really take an elbow to the neck?
Yeah,
like,
bro, I've done boxing. Like, I've done boxing and, like, sparring and shit. And it's not fun. Like, you're getting hit in the face, bro, and it's like, it cool, doesn't feel good.
Yeah, like, because I boxed just a little. It's kind of funny, too. Because I would go to the Boys and Girls Club to record when I didn't have my own studio shit.
Yeah.
So before I had all of that at the house, I would go to the Boys and Girls Club for free. And then after I would record, I'll go mess around with boxing in India. Like, the gym is, like, right there. So I would, like, spar and shit. And, bro, like, you would think, like, when you first start, right, you put on the gloves, you're like, yeah, you know, I'm good. Then you get in there and you get punched a little. Like, dude, it's not fun, bro.
It hurts, dude.
You start getting a headache and shit. And you're like, fuck this.
It's kind of weird, too, if you get punched good and you do, like, not that your lights go out or whatever, but when it's, like, everything kind of, like, tightens in a little bit and you're like, whoa, fuck, that guy hit me good, you know? You're like, damn, like, you feel, like, almost drunk for a minute, like.
Yeah, like, I used to box a lot with my friends at the park, and I honestly feel like I know what it feels like to get rocked. Because I quit right after that. I was like, yo, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, you got me, bro. You're good. Like, I don't want to go lights out, you know?
Yeah, man. Fighting it's not fun, bro. It's not fun. It's something, if you have to do it, you got to do it. I think we've all been in a fight or whatever, but it's just like, it's really not fun, bro. It is cool. It would be fucking cool to be in the UFC. Walking up to the cage, have that crowd and shit, you know, but
definitely.
I think I like my face, dog. I think I like everything.
Yeah.
I like walking around with a normal face. But I played football too, and football that shit was savage too. I don't even want my kids to play football, but they might. They already like it, which kind of sucks.
I feel like sometimes football can be more dangerous just because of like you're more comfortable, so you kind of like give it all.
Yeah. But there's
more.
I think there's more. Well, boxing or like UFC, I think it's pretty much kind of the same because you get hit in the head and shit. So I think football, it's kind of like long term, it can really fuck you up, dude.
Yeah.
That CTE shit can really fuck you up.
Like, well, when I was in high school at La Quinta, I had more homies that were hurt playing football than playing rugby. Just across the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? You just got slammed on your head, but this dude got a concussion playing football. Like,
it doesn't even make sense,
no
right?
idea.
You're like, why are you're wearing pads?
Yeah.
And you're getting fucked up.
You're
and
way
these
hurt
guys,
than this guy.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Rugby, it's just that you get more like small injuries, like cuts and shit like that. And football, you get like torn ACLs, like fucking dislocated knees and fucking dislocated shoulders from getting laid out. Like,
it's just all messed up.
yeah, bro. I don't know. Sports are rough, but then again, like they are. There is a lot of bad things, right? There's a lot of side effects, like pain, all that shit. You get injured, but I think sports are very important. Can be very important for like your mental strength. Obviously, your physical strength, but for you mentally to get through a lot of like hard things, you know, like life is pretty tough, bro. Especially when you got out of school, and if you haven't dealt with any sort of like anything, like having to go through like Hell Week or like anything like that, bro. Like
some sort of adversity.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Any sort of adversity, bro. Once you hit real life, it's tough, bro. It's tough when you realize people are kind of assholes, and sometimes people will fuck you over. But yeah, let's wrap this shit up. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. What's your social media? Where can they find? Well, they obviously can find your music everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, just let them know where they can find all your shit.
All right, so you can find my music anywhere. It's all capital letters, MCKG. Social media is Gabriel Greenskull, and I'm mostly on Instagram, so you can just
Gotcha.
me at Gabriel Greenskull. And pretty much everywhere else too that's not distributed is like SoundCloud, YouTube. I do vlogs and stuff like that. Yeah,
if they search MCKG, they can pretty much find it, right?
So just capital letters MCKG, and you'll pretty much find everything.
Shout out MCKG, episode 69 of the 100 podcast. Damn, dude, we did it.
Hell yeah.
Hour 15.
Damn.